taking out my CD drive, CD DVD burner, the multi super drive out of the MacBook Pro 13-inch, replacing it with a 750 gigabyte internal laptop hard drive. And I'm also going to take out the 250 gig that came with my MacBook Pro and put in the 500 gigabyte that I showed you a second ago. And this says that I should have the unibody enclosure for the SATA drive, a 2.0 cable, USB 2.0 cable, the Optibay hard drive, and so first things first, I've got a installation guide. I don't know how the heck I can mark an installation guide while also turning the computer off. A Seagate Momentous 750 gigabyte drive already in the Optibay case. The good thing about Optibay stuff is it came with the tool to get all my screws out of my computer, and it also came with Bay already installed on the hard drive, which I didn't know. That's good. I didn't want to have to do that, so I wonder how hard it would have been. Really looks like it's just slide it up and it'll pop right out, but I'm not going to mess with that. I didn't notice the screws were in the top here, rolled in. So looks like it's got a screwdriver bit attachment for a star screw, two black threaded screws that are about an inch long, and then a looks like an eighth inch regular black screw. Look at that came in. The last thing, it looks like my USB enclosure. Okay. Something else. Okay, it's a screwdriver on one end. This probably is going to be to get the stuff out of the Mac. It actually flips out. So it's got a Phillips and a standard one on the other side, and the other one's got the same exact thing, just smaller. What I was going for when I found that screwdriver. We have a, looks like a power cord type device, USB to what looks like a power cord in my opinion. And over here we have mini USB, because nobody has enough of these apparently. Mini USB to USB. As well as a black case that is going to house my CD drive. And on the back hand side it just says, has the there's a power port that says 5 volts here, positive 5 volt connection, and my mini USB plug. And to me they're upside down, but that's nothing. It's a rubber case. It's actually feeling like it's getting ready to fall apart already. Maybe it's actually designed to come apart. And it's actually got a LED light on the opposite side. Doesn't feel like a button, just feels like a light. And looking in the case, it's just a light. So I will work about the price and stuff like that in a minute. Only got 10 minutes to put this thing together. Yeah. So now we're gonna get to the uncomfortable part. I'll pop this DVD in. I'm gonna glance at that for a second, and we'll go from there. So yeah, this DVD-ROM ended up just being a CD. It had every kind of basically MacBook and CD regular ROM that they would use in a PC. Their installation guides for those, a little confusing, but I guess it was decent enough. The video you're watching is just the different pictures I took along the stages of me opening it up. There's the multi-drive, super drive, and the standard hard drive. I had to take that black cable that's on top of the CD-ROM drive off, as well as the black cable that's right next to it. So, but other than that, nothing else is really tricky. Actually, only them being 3 screws once we were inside of there. That's the standard drive. As far as the pricing on the Optibay, man, it was a little bit more expensive. Ended up costing me right at about $190. A little bit less with shipping and handling. Some of the other drives you could have bought would have been the drive separate and the hard drive enclosure itself separate, and you could put it together yourself. But then you still had to go and buy a enclosure for your multi-drive. And I would have preferred a little bit better multi-drive enclosure, but it is what it is. I'm gonna put it in the plastic, throw it in my DJ bag, no big deal. Maybe down the road I'll replace it, but whatever. And even so, going through those other companies, it had only been about $160, $150 with the particular hard drive I got. So, you know, when all was said and done, I was like, I'd rather spend the $20, $30 to go ahead and have everything all in one know it all works, and you know, get the tool and everything. No big deal. I'm actually 100% happy with the purchase. I've been DJing with it now for the last week. 3 different gigs, one at the house for 4 hours, and the other 2 actually nights out. What you see is when I installed it, what's coming in the background there is actually the new drive, 500 gigs copied over with carbon copy cloner. Worked perfectly. It didn't initialize the first drive, even though I formatted the 750. Actually, the 750 wasn't formatted. It came pre-formatted. I just had to tell it how many partitions. So that's what you saw there.